interesting because sometimes I'll be in the gym and I see guys in there and they're like, oh yeah, I want to do a competition. I'm like, oh, it's just that easy, huh? They're like, oh, I'm going to compete. I'm like, it's just that easy, huh? I'm like, compete. It takes a special kind of individual to compete. It does. Whether it is, natural bodybuilding, or it takes a special kind of individual to be able to embrace that pain, embrace that suffering, embrace that, that whether it is a 12-week or a 24-week or a year-long diet. It takes a special kind of person because not everyone could do that. And, when you see somebody that has that same drive and determination as you, instead of embracing that person and going, hey, you know what? I get it. A lot of these guys just tend to go, no, it's just easy to hate him instead of just, working harder. And it's not just me. It's, a lot of top guys in the game in natural bodybuilding that, people dislike for no good reason. And, I've met a lot of those guys and they're just generally nice guys. But, instead of just saying, you know what, let me help my work ethics, I'm just going to help the hate. And, again, social media doesn't help because, it's like, it's not even the instant gratification. It goes back to a couple years ago. A lot of these guys that, are keyboard warriors, they know they could get slapped in the mouth if you see them in the street. Now they just sit behind their keyboard and they talk all this junk because, you're probably never going to run into them because they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to do anything. So they just sit behind the keyboard. It's a lot different from years ago when people actually get up and get out and do things. And, if you are talking junk to someone or about someone, be prepared to back it up when you see them in real life, but a lot of these guys just sit behind the little computers and they run their mouth because they know, it's not like that anymore, where if I see you, I hope you're just as tough in person as you are behind your keyboard.
It's the keyboard heroes, man. They're out here trying to start trouble and they don't know.
They don't.
They don't know, man. Listen, you don't know who you're talking to when you're behind your keyboard trying to be a hero. You don't know who's on the other side. One day you might see him in the street, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you might end up running into that person, whether it is that you go to a show with a client or, you just go to a show. You never know who's going to show up and be like, hey, what's up now? So, I tell people all the time, I'm like, it's better to just not say anything than to tear down a person that's never done anything to you. There's nothing to gain from tearing down a person or, talking smack about a person that's never done anything to you. If you don't like a person, that's great. But, my thing is, if you have a problem with me, call me. If you don't have my number or my Instagram or, my email, then you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me. You don't. If you can't get on the phone and say, hey, Shevon, listen, you did such and such, I didn't like that, you said such and such, then you don't know me well enough to have a problem. And people just see you as a threat, whether it may be on stage or whatever the case is, and they just take that and, use that as an excuse to fuel their hate that they have in their heart. But, it's just sad. It really is sad.
Yeah, and also, like, a lot of people just hate because, they hate you because they want to, what's the cliche saying? They hate you because they want to be you or something like that, because they see that you're achieving great things or whatnot, or you look a certain way. And instead of showing love, depends on the nature of the person too. Like you mentioned, they tear them down, right? And because it makes themselves feel better.
Exactly. Absolutely. Guys that have never won anything significant, but yet you're criticizing people that have won just about everything that's out there to win. And I feel like that's where not just the sport, but society's going. It's okay for nobody to sit on the sideline and criticize the people that's actually in there doing.